Hey guys, so today I'm going to bring you another folder review. This is the Rat 1 by Ontario. This is a perfect ultra budget EDC option, I think. I'm going to open it here in a second, but I had one of these. Actually, I didn't have Rat 1, I had the Rat 2 a while ago when Ontario was still partnered with Randall Adventures in Training, so it had the old rat logo, the triangle. Now, that was part of my EDC at the time, but I only carried a knife. I didn't really carry much more. I carried a knife and like a pen at that time. Now I carry a whole little kit. But I loved it. It opened very fast from what I can remember, and it was a solid knife and held a nice edge. This one it's the exact same thing, it just doesn't have the Randall's Adventure Training logo, and it is bigger because it's the Rat 1. The larger 3.5-inch blade on here. As you can see, it has the Ontario Knife Company logo. It says Model 1 Aus 8 steel, which is the steel that they use for this, and the Rat 2. Now, let's reopen that actually. 3.5-inch blade, flat ground, nylon handle scales on here, or Zytel handle scales. Not too much grip, not bad. Has some decent jimping, so you can lock in there, and this little finger groove here, so you do lock in. It's not really a tactical. I wouldn't call it a tactical EDC. I'd call it a utilitarian EDC knife. It is liner locked. Let's open it again. See there, liner lock. I have actually torn my thumb apart fondling this knife the past week and a half. Just opening and closing it, opening and closing it. I've pretty much torn my thumb up pretty good, because it is these thumb studs are good. They are a bit rounded or radiused at the top. They're not square, which is, I kind of like it. It's not as solid grip on there as some of the cold steel knives, but it does open up way faster than the cold steel knives. Oh God, because of the liner lock. It's been, good God. Another dump truck? There's a convoy of dump trucks up there. I like it. It's pretty quick to open. It's a bit faster, honestly, than some of the assisted opening. And again, the cold steel locks, because the cold steel uses their tri-lock. It's a very stiff lock. So it has roughly, I think it's a 4.5-inch handle on there. Again, nylon scales, not the best grip from the scale material, but you can lock in because of that thumb or that finger groove and the jimping, which is nice. I really don't like jimping, but because this is just such a basic handle, I guess, it helps me lock in there. It has an adjustable pocket clip. It came like this in this configuration, tip down. I like it tip up, so I'm going to change that around once I get a new Torx screwdriver. I actually lost my other one when we moved. I lost it. I don't know where it is now. But yeah, it's adjustable pocket clip. I'm going to rearrange it soon. I just don't know when I'm going to get my new Torx driver. It's, it came. I did tests with it. I again EDC'd it for a week-ish, and I did basic EDC tasks, opening boxes, or only 2 boxes, but opened up boxes, opened up mail, prepped a little bit of food. I cut some bread with it, and I think I ate with it once. I used it to cut up a steak. No, and pork chops. I used it to cut up pork chops too. The flat grind allows it to just slice through everything it has to slice through. Very, very, very sharp. Once I put my own edge on it, which I did halfway through the week, I EDC'd it. It was way better. The factory edge isn't the best, and the bevels are a tiny bit uneven. So I suggest you do your own little edge on there. So now it's time to get into the tests. We're going to do a cardboard test. I'm not sure if we're probably not going to do food prep tests, and then we're going to do carving tests. So don't go away. 3, 2, 1. Now, as you saw from the various tests, this thing is a pretty solid, sharp knife. 3, 2, 1. Now, as you saw from the test, this thing is pretty solid. The sharp, flat grind on there aids in slicing and prepping the foods. And for the price, which I'll get into in a second, this thing is damn near unbeatable. Now let's get into the likability card. If I can, I cannot get that on there. Let's put it like this. There we go. Alright, we'll get into the likability card right now. Now, as you saw from the various tests, this thing is pretty solid. The sharp flat grind aids in destroying that apple and in slicing through that cardboard. Now, and it's unbeatable for the price, which I'm going to get into in a second. Now, let's take out my likability card. I kind of adjusted it. Now it's mechanism, looks and materials, and performance. So it's a liner lock system, incredibly fast deployment, thumb stud deployment. So I gave it a 4 because an EDC knife, you're not going to be batoning through wood, doing much extreme stuff to that lock, so it should hold up. And it seems it's a very solid lockup, no play, and the alignment is pretty much perfect. The tip is virtually in this. It's near perfect. The looks and materials, I do not like how the handle is. It's made of like that Zytel stuff, not grippy, very cheap. I would honestly pay a little bit more for the G10, but I don't want to get the assisted opener because it's almost unnecessary, and it's like $20 or $30 more than this. So I just got the cheaper Rat one. The blade steel, I like it. It's pretty, solid, corrosive, resistant, and can take a sharp edge. Lost the edge a bit during that cardboard test. I know it was a very tough test. I don't know if I'm gonna put all the footage in there, but we were pretty much ripping through cardboard and just beating on this edge for, I think it was a good not 20 minutes, good 15 minutes or so. Just abusing this, and then plus the carving, and then the food prep, and the stabbing and stuff, it all did a number on the edge. See, I'm just fondling this thing, just flipping it open and stuff. It's so fun. Now, performance, mechanism, I give it a 4 out of 5. Materials and looks, I kind of like how it looks. The blade is okay, I don't like the handle. Like I said, so I give it a 2 out of 5, which is a pretty low score. Function and performance, it performed very well, almost, I guess, not flawlessly, performed very well. Excuse me. So, I gave it again a 4 out of 5. It's very well performing for its price range, and the price I got for on Amazon, because everywhere else was ridiculously expensive for what you're getting, was $25 on Amazon. I think it bumped up to like $26 when I made this video. Wrote down the price, it was at $27.99, and on Ontario's website, on Ontario's website it was $36.95, and on Blade HQ it was $28.95. So I would go, with the cheapest, of course, because I'm cheap like that, which is Amazon. And after that, if you can find it cheap in local stores, go support them before you support online big retail stores like Amazon and stuff. Small stores are honestly a preferred place to buy this stuff, but I don't have too many around me. I really just have the big one, Bass Pro. That's like 20 minutes away, but that's the closest thing that I have to a survival store. So I usually just buy it online. It's easier. A couple of things I may have forgotten to mention. It is made in Taiwan, even though Ontario is an American company. Wrote it really small, but made in Taiwan. Does not have removable thumb studs, which shouldn't really affect sharpening because they're set behind the actual blade, like on, take it out of the box now. I mentioned that the removable thumb studs were important for this knife because they are right there with the blade. That's the Cold Steel Finwolf. I made a review on that already. Love this knife too. Oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so, it's not really necessary to have those on there, and it has nice quality jimping to lock your hand in. I think I did mention that. Now, the pocket clip is a deep carry pocket clip. So you can see right here, carries pretty deep, and it's a long pocket clip. So that's pretty good. I don't really care about people seeing my knife. I really care about losing my knife if I'm out somewhere in the woods, or if I'm for some reason flipped upside down or something, or whatever. I don't know, but I'd rather have my knife deep in my pocket, and there's still enough to grab onto and pull it out. So that's good. And there is a lanyard hole that you can fit 7-strand paracord in. Probably not going to put a lanyard on here, or maybe I will with this new paracord. That's a sick color. Look at that wolf gray. It's awesome. Oh, I'm burping up a storm. So, it's a good budget-friendly folder. I highly suggest it for a nice EDC blade. It's more utilitarian than tactical, or like a backup woods blade thing, but I like it. So that's all for today, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Any comments would be appreciated, and I'll see you next time.